the same blood flowing in our veins. In our veins flows the blood of these valiant warriors who fought and cleared these lands that we call Mali, Burkina, and Niger. Thank you. In our veins flows the blood of these valiant warriors who helped the entire world to rid itself of Nazism and many other scourges. In our veins flows the blood of these valiant warriors who were deported from Africa to Europe, America, Asia, or I don't know where else, and who contributed to building these states during slavery. In our veins flows the blood of worthy men, of robust men, of upright men, and for that let us be proud and be thankful for being citizens of AIS. Africa, this continent that has suffered so much and continues to suffer due to the imperialists. These imperialists have only one cliché in mind. Africa is the empire of slaves. That's how they see Africa. For them, Africans belong to them. Our lands belong to them. Our subsoils belong to them. They have never been able to change their software until today. It's deplorable. But how do they think? Unfortunately, since the 60s, when these 6 miracles of independence were given to Africa, they have only placed local lackeys at the head, in their view, of their sub-prefecture, to be able to continue feeding them. These local lackeys that we will now label as salon slaves don't want any landmark than to try to live like the master, to satisfy the master and to do everything the master dictates to them. They steal, they plunder our states. They bring everything to the master, and their wealth is kept with the master. They do everything to live like the master and always satisfy him. When the master commands, they execute. Do you know who these salon slaves are? Well, we are going to explain what they are. These are individuals who have no dignity, who have no morals, who have no personality. But identify these individuals. They are always ready to betray their brothers to please the master. They have betrayed us since independence, and others continue to betray us today for the benefit of their master. These individuals continue, against all odds, to plunder Africa, helping the master to loot Africa. Against all odds to plunder Africa, helping the master to plunder Africa. They enjoy saying it every year in their economic surveys. Burkina Faso is the poorest country, Mali is the poorest country, Niger is the poorest country. We are ranked among the last. Very well, if we are as poor as they say. But when the time came to take our responsibilities, we asked these masters to leave the premises. Why don't they want to leave? When we take the case of Niger, for over 40 years, some countries have been exploiting uranium to produce energy for themselves. From Ottawa to Paris, the streets are lit up. It's the light. But in Niger, it is darkness that is served to us when you go to our states. Our lands are riddled with holes everywhere in search of precious metals such as gold. But often there isn't even the slightest accessible road to reach the areas where they exploit gold, let alone some basic social services. That's why we decided to rise up and take the fate of our countries into our own hands. There are many other examples. But when we decided this way, well, we were approached by some parlor slaves to pass on the message from their master. Because they had created this kind of polymer chain who rises to the head of our states to serve them. And we came to break the chain, and it's inconceivable for them. So they approached us and asked us to fall in line, to be part of the elite, who must lead Africa, because they have a trained and formatted elite who must follow, who are embedded in this chain. We refused to fall in line. And from then on, hostilities began. And they have been misled into our areas. Several mercenaries, trainers, and agents have come down to the Sahel, hoping to carry out cowardly, barbaric attacks against our people, hoping to incite them to revolt. In addition to these attacks on the ground, the communication attacks, manipulation, and misinformation are deeply rooted in their soul. But the people of the Sahel have understood, and they will never be manipulated again. They know where they come from, they know what they are doing, and they know where they are going. We will no longer allow this. People are awake and fighting today, not for ourselves, but for the generations to come. And thank you all for the fight that is being waged. That never makes us cry. We will not tremble. We will confront. We will fight for real independence, for our freedom.